Hello Jurassic Park fans, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris with Jurassic World Dominion now out, giving us a total of 6 Jurassic Park movies. It is the perfect time to not only rank every single Jurassic Park movie from worst to best, but I've also picked little categories that are present in every film to also rank. I'll leave timestamps in the description if there's a category that you'd rather skip to, but also I want to hear from you guys. Where do you rank all 6 of the Jurassic Park movies or any one of these other categories? With people already coming out super divisive on Jurassic World Dominion, I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of different opinions down there. As a really quick side note, some of you guys were asking me where I got this shirt, along with some of my Funko Pops or this Jurassic Park sign. Well, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Zavvi, an online website that is a movie fan's dream house. If you click the link in my description, it'll automatically take you to a page where a bunch of great Jurassic World merch is, all officially licensed and neat stuff you're really not going to find anywhere else. You can purchase the sweatshirt I'm wearing, that light up box, a couple of the Funko Pops. Every time you buy something using my link, I'll get a small commission, so not only will you get something awesome for yourself, you'll be supporting my channel in the process. So please use the link in that description, and thank you Zavvi for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so let's just start off here, and remember, it's only my opinion, it is not the correct one, but kicking things off here with the opening sequences of Jurassic Park. That is one thing that sets the tone for a Jurassic Park movie once you hit play, is the first person to get munched up by a dinosaur, and then the following to come. Bottom of the list, I'm gonna go with the one that broke tradition, man. Jurassic World. I think it was probably really hard for Jurassic World to try and do an opening sequence, because the whole point of the world they were setting up here is that everything in this park is now safe. So if they started the movie off with someone dying or getting eaten up by a dinosaur, well, that would affect the outcome of the rest of the movie. So instead we were just treated to the hatching of the Indominus Rex, which I guess is cool, but it's just short-lived and it breaks the tradition that I love seeing in every Jurassic Park movie. Next up, Jurassic World Dominion. I was really disappointed with the opening sequence for Dominion when you released what should have been your opening sequence. Because I'm telling you, that free prologue they released on YouTube, if that was just the opening sequence, not only would you make the ending of your movie that much better, because it would have set up the whole feud between the Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex, but also a T-Rex chomping at a drive-in theater. You even put it in the trailers and didn't include it in the movie. So instead we just got short snippets of iPhone and news footage of people being attacked by dinosaurs, which I guess was a little cool for the world building, but the heavy exposition dump just really did not set the tone and made me scared for the rest of the movie I was about to see. Now getting into the ones that kept the tradition alive and going, starting off with Jurassic Park 3. You guys know here, I'm a defender of Jurassic Park 3. I really like this movie, and they start off with a pretty eerie sequence of people up in the sky looking down at a boat that's become bloodied. That right there gave you the horror tones that you were about to get with Jurassic Park 3. I only wish we could have maybe have seen what dinosaur exactly ate these people up. Was it an aquatic based dinosaur? Was it a couple of other dinosaurs that was out swimming? Either way, putting myself in that position and looking down at an empty boat with blood everywhere, that's creepy. Next, I'm gonna go with the original Jurassic Park. I think when people think of the opening sequence for Jurassic Park, they just continue to hear one word over and over in their heads. Shooter! Shooter! But it's the one that started it all and should have been the red flag for this park being built. When one of your crew members gets attacked by a bloodthirsty creature, maybe you shouldn't open this park. Next up, Jurassic Park The Lost World. This is the one as a kid that really traumatized me. This little girl just trying to have some fun on the island that her rich parents took her to, when she encounters all these small little compies around her that start chewing her up piece by piece. That is all I ever needed to fear some dinosaurs, because that would be a horrible way to go. But really, the one that is still reigning king, the best use of everything Jurassic Park has, is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I know there's not a lot of lovers out there for this movie, but you can't deny the opening sequence is top tier Jurassic Park. J.A. Bayona takes advantage of our modern day effects and creates a really creepy atmosphere with the T-Rex slashing in, the use of rain, these crew workers trying desperately to get out only to get eaten by an aquatic dinosaur at the end, plus that transition to the sweet title card. There has not been an opening sequence that has come close to this one. From here, let's go ahead and rank all the Jurassic Park movies, and then we'll get into all the big bad dinosaurs of the series. Bottom of the list, this is going to be a controversial one. I know people are not going to like this, but after sitting on it for 2 days and having seen the movie twice, Jurassic World Dominion is at the bottom. Now, I want to make it clear, every single movie on this list, including Dominion, I like. There are still movies where people are being chased by dinosaurs with incredible sequences, and not to mention that Dominion gets so saved for me with those last 40 minutes of the film where you have the old cast and the new cast interacting with each other, making me laugh, bringing up some nostalgia, pulling out Easter eggs from the franchise. But I'm not gonna deny, as far as stories go, this is the weakest. How do you build a series that leads up to dinosaurs being everywhere and you ignore that? I'm not calling it a terrible movie, but it is the one that has disappointed me the most out of the entire series. I just think back now to every time I'm gonna rewatch this movie, I think I'm just gonna skip to the parts where we have the old and the new cast interacting, and that's where I'm just gonna enjoy the movie for the rest of the period. But I know people are not gonna like the placement of that one, but I feel like in a few years, a lot of people will come to their senses and be like, yeah, okay, I wasn't that great. Next up, Fallen Kingdom, the movie that we thought was the lowest point of the Jurassic Park franchise. I'm putting it ahead of Dominion because at least this film has a focus. The filmmaking behind it also is astounding, and it's a shame that because of certain story elements in here, people just dismiss it and forget how beautiful this movie is. Like, it arguably is the most beautifully shot Jurassic Park movie out of them all. And even if you were someone who didn't like some of the twists and reveals about a cloning girl that, hey, they retcon anyways, or the one-dimensional mustache-twirling villain that has very little motives, the continuing weaponizing of dinosaurs that is just not working in this new series, they still try to break formula and give you something you expect, but then pivot to something new and trying to be a little risky with the franchise, because the first half of this movie, they give you a classic Jurassic Park movie. They could have easily have stretched out the entire film of them on the island, then the last 10 minutes they get off, and then they do everything where the dinosaurs end up everywhere and reveal the clone girl. But no, it gave you what you expected from a Jurassic Park movie, then it said, we're gonna try something new. And I have total respect for that, and just, again, the visuals and atmosphere build up in this movie, I don't think should be ignored. Next film, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. Now, although I have my complaints with this one, this was also the first hint that Jurassic Park can be much bigger than people just traveling to an island. I really love the subplot that the villains have in this movie, and it makes complete sense. Let's take these dinosaurs and build a zoo on the mainland, because no one wants to spend thousands of dollars to travel to an island. The inclusion of 2 T-Rexes trying to save their little T-Rex baby. But I guess where this one just falls a little flat with me is, other than Ian Malcolm, the rest of the characters I just don't get into all the way. But still, it's undeniable how amazing are those sequences at the end with the city, the T-Rex walking around. That clash of the worlds is so cool to see, and I just don't know how they didn't take inspiration from that and do it years later in Dominion. From there, Jurassic Park 3. If you were someone who walked out of Jurassic World Dominion so disappointed, so befuddled why they stuffed the film with so many subplots, complex ideas, just overthinking the idea of people getting chased by dinosaurs, then I think you gotta really go back and appreciate Jurassic Park 3 for having such a simple premise. Within 15 minutes, you already have your characters stuck on an island. You have a new, refreshing, big bad dinosaur like the Spinosaurus. Really great horror sequences involving the bird cage. Characters getting picked off in gruesome ways. Like, it is just so entertaining and rewatchable. This is what I want. People chased by dinosaurs, nothing else. Next, Jurassic World. Even coming out disappointed with Jurassic World Dominion, I still really like the first Jurassic World. I love seeing the park fully open, the fact that people are there, all the little attractions and rides, and the great excuse they use to make a new big bad dinosaur just because the magic of dinosaurs are gone once we've seen them so many times. Not only for the people in Jurassic Park, but the audience watching these movies. There is just something so fun about a theme park gone wrong, and the Indominus Rex there as the villain from the beginning to the end is super well utilized, and you feel the full threat. Sure, it had its flaws with introducing the weaponization of dinosaurs. They kind of nerfed the velociraptors and made them a little less threatening, but it was still a really great start. And to no one's surprise, number 1, the first Jurassic Park. But the thing I want to make clear is, like, there is a clear, huge distinction from the first Jurassic Park all the way to the second place spot. It's insane how we have never gotten that close to the quality of that first Jurassic Park movie, whether you want to say it's because it's the magic of the dinosaurs, the technical achievement it was for not only practical effects, but use of CGI. I think it just comes down to a great premise that was well executed. Not only do you bring back dinosaurs to life and you have people being chased by them, but you ask the question to the audience, is this an okay thing to do if we have the technology and the means to? Should we even do this and what happens when you mess with nature. It's the only movie that perfectly blends the action, the horror, complex ideas with a simple premise. It's just a film that'll always be ahead of its time. Now ranking on to one of the fun parts of the movies, the big bad dinosaurs. I think a lot of us are going to have differing opinions on these big bads. Some will pick them over their design, their kill count, whatever it is. That's going to be one I really want to know from you guys. So bottom of the list, I think most of us will have this one on the bottom. The Giganotosaurus. I was really disappointed with the Giganotosaurus. It barely got anything to do in the film with like 6 minutes total screen time. And also, just because your characters in the movie say, "This is the biggest carnivore that's ever known to existed," great, let's see it actually be threatening though. Just because you tell me it's one of the strongest predators of the Jurassic Kingdom, I'm not gonna believe it till I see it. And it's a real shame because visually, it looked fantastic on screen. There were moments where I couldn't tell if it was CGI or an animatronic. But next up, the Indoraptor. Arguably one of the coolest designs for a big bad dinosaur, a genetically enhanced raptor with the DNA of the Indominus Rex. That was really a smart fire way to go with it. You even give us a couple of sequences to show its high intelligence. It's again, I just feel it was introduced way too late into the movie. It doesn't come in till the last 30 minutes, and then in total, it gets like 15 minutes of screen time. I know it seems like I'm focusing hard on their screen time, but that's kind of what these dinosaurs are. They're supposed to feel invincible, like they're hard to kill, and when you introduce them as quickly as you get rid of them, they don't feel as threatening. Next up, the Spinosaurus, okay? Some of y'all are just hating on that Spinosaurus when it's the only one to have the cojones in the Jurassic Park franchise to actually kill a T-Rex. That seems like it's the biggest no-no in Jurassic Park movies. You can't hurt the T-Rex because it's the star of the franchise and a good guy now. But with Jurassic Park 3, they didn't care. They put that Spinosaurus versus the T-Rex and showed its dominance by actually twisting the neck of a T-Rex. Plus, it's introduced early into the movie. It's a common threat throughout the film. You feel the danger every time it comes on screen. It looks great as the logo for Jurassic Park 3. Like, this is an underappreciated dino that we need to see on the screen again. Number 2 on the list though, the Indominus Rex, the most badass dinosaur that has been created for this series. Wow, what a weapon. The design is really cool, all white. The excuse they used to also build this monstrosity I thought was perfect for Jurassic World. Not to mention all the other abilities it has attached, its intelligence, its camouflage abilities, its thermal abilities. If you were going to describe any dinosaur as the Joker, this is the one to do it. In the film, it was just killing for sport. Not to mention this is also one of the only big bad dinosaurs I felt bad for. It felt like almost a Frankenstein character. It doesn't know what it is or why it's here. It just knows it needs to survive and is slashing away at anybody that's hurt her. But number 1 on the list, we can't deny it. Come on, Queen T-Rex herself. The only dinosaur to consistently show up in 4 different Jurassic Park movies, take down multiple of the big bad guys on this list. You're never gonna create as much love and hype like you do for the T-Rex. Still, those were just a couple of fun categories I wanted to throw in ranking all the Jurassic Park movies. Really would love to know your guys' opinions on some of these rankings. Don't be forgetting to use the link in the description to shop around for some Jurassic Park merch, as well as hitting that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.